in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Between the Frames podcast.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
Good to be back.
Here. Good to be back. We're actually doing this every week, which has been great.
Yeah, it's actually...
We've been sticking to the schedule.
It's good. This is the first time. Have we ever done this many consecutively?
No. Straight up, no.
Apart from when we started.
Did we even do it consecutively?
Like 3 years ago.
But like that was probably
That's
I felt like we probably filmed like maybe like 2 a week and then just stopped for a month and then filmed again.
Yeah.
It was like, it wasn't very consistent, but we still got some episodes out.
We had literally zero routine back then.
We still have no routine now.
Yeah, I mean, as in we have at least a Monday podcast.
That is true.
That's the only thing.
This is the only like commitment that we all have,
Legit.
I guess, right?
Legit, yeah.
It's pretty
We
funny.
don't have any other routine outside of this, but we should.
Yeah, but that's just the life of being a content creator, I guess.
Or maybe it's just us. I feel like other content creators have some sort of a routine.
They probably do.
Yeah, they probably do, yeah.
I feel like, you know what I mean? I feel like people, they're like, all right, on Monday, I'm filming this video. On Wednesday, it's this. And Friday, like they film 3 videos a week or something.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like we just fucking don't do that.
Well, I just think that like we've all grown up together. We all love hanging out and just talking shit together. So it's just like, I don't want to do anything else but just talk shit with the boys.
Yeah,
that's always
fair.
what we just do. But maybe other people just don't have that as much. So
I think we accidentally made YouTube our job.
yeah.
Accidentally.
I don't think we intended for this to happen. I think
No.
we just accidentally filmed ourselves talking shit and doing our photo shoots. We were never, like, obviously we wanted it to go well, but we never really planned for it.
No, fuck no. I can't even remember why I started YouTube.
Dude.
I don't know why I did it. Like why I wanted to, or I just did it.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. All my earliest recollection is because there was no one else doing it in Australia, and we were like, oh, why don't we just do it? But I feel like there would have been a better reason.
Yeah, same. I feel like there would have been a better reason as well. But maybe it was just like, I don't know.
Maybe it's also because like I reckon around that time we were definitely hanging out with Hayden a lot more. So
we started before Hayden.
I know you guys started before as well, but I reckon that probably like pushed you even further.
Yeah,
right?
definitely. Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, but like
100%.
even still just talking about like, yeah, like why did you guys even fucking
I don't know.
start?
I mean, yeah, me and Mike have been speaking about this like since we've got back from Europe. We're like, all right, not really getting that same passion for YouTube anymore, but why? Like we're trying to figure out why. Like obviously with the landscape of YouTube and social media has changed so much, but I don't know. Yeah, we're trying to figure out why.
Yeah,
We spoke about this the other night. We felt that like YouTube, I think we've even talked about this on the previous podcast as well, but like YouTube hasn't helped progress our photography. It's made us worse as photographers because we're spending the whole time making the YouTube video about the photo shoot rather than doing the photo shoot. But it also hasn't helped me progress as a filmmaker. Or maybe it has slightly, I feel, but like I don't feel like my videos are great. They're good enough, I find, but I don't feel like a filmmaker, and I feel like I've gotten worse at photography, so I have nothing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it definitely
it's not
does.
like that extreme, obviously, but like it that's what it feels like.
Well, to a certain extent, like when you spend 10, 15 hours on a YouTube video.
Yeah,
by the time
editing,
you film and edit and whatever.
Or even more, yeah.
They're like 20 hours a video.
Yeah.
But like all that time is like on the editing. The photos just get neglected. So over years of doing that, I've noticed as well, like my photos, I'm just not like happy with them because before we started YouTube, there's obviously, there's pros and cons to both. Like before we started YouTube, we were doing a lot of photography, but we had to do freelance jobs to support our life.
Yeah.
And obviously when you do YouTube, you sort of have to sacrifice, or the way we've done it, we've sacrificed our photography, but we've made a living through making the videos. So it's like, which one do you want? But I think, coming back to what we were saying, we're sort of realizing that, I actually want to do more photography as opposed to just making YouTube videos because it makes us money and enables us to sort of travel and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Sort of narrowing it back down. So,
but like, I think for me at least, like a lot of my photos I've been trying to do recently. How is that not correct?
It was like your nose is like this.
Bro, I must have a massive fucking nose because it looks like from my angle that I'm looking into the mic, like I'm talking into it.
Yeah, just have it lower. That's all.
We need to get headphones.
True. No, yeah, we got for the next one. We got headphones. Anyway,
done. Anyway, what I was gonna say was that.
See, still doing it.
Yes, you're still.
Bro,
what do you mean? I'm still doing it,
so
bro.
You're doing this, Mike. You're speaking to it like this. Speak into it like
just have it.
like
Just have it lower,
like this.
Yeah. Just have it lower, just below your mouth. Even that's fine. Like
so, here is good.
Yeah, that's
you sort of have to be conscious of the mic the whole time.
Yeah,
and there's
yeah.
a fucking fly. I'm gonna get rid of that
Yeah,
fly.
just put it out of its misery.
all right. Delete it out of existence.
It's behind the plant. It's probably about to die. I think it just died. I think it took its final
breath. It just took its final breath and just.
Well, that's how
sacrificed
humans
itself.
die. We're like span around on one leg until we ran out of energy and died.
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine.
So what I was going to say was, I feel like I'm just doing fail-safe photography. So I'm just doing photos that I know. You know what I mean? That
Sounds like Hayden's video title.
Fail-safe photography. Yeah, it's actually not a bad title.
Yeah.
So. No, but you know what I mean though? Like I feel like I'm taking photos that I just know will do good for the gram. I'm not like being a photographer though. I'm not like pushing my creative boundary as much. Like I'm not thinking outside the box as much. Like I'm not, I just feel like creatively drained, like in the bin.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Like I love problem solving. Like if there's a problem, I love to fix it, but I don't know exactly. I haven't really narrowed it down to the exact problem yet. It's not necessarily YouTube because I love making YouTube videos as well. And I love making like POV videos as well, which are great. And just photography vlogs and editing tutorials and stuff. Like I still find it fun, but it's just like I want to not progress. I don't know. Yeah. I want to,
Do you feel like you're not taking photos?
Yeah. Well, I'm not.
You're not being a photographer.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Like, why do you think you're not being a photographer?
Do you feel like you're too focused on YouTube?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what it is. And I just, I really am looking forward to in the new year to set up some photo shoots that, I don't know, feel good for me to shoot, feel good, like feel like I'm in the flow state doing it. But like, yeah, I don't know. I think when you film a video as well, like you're thinking about filming like the angles and did I get enough footage and stuff and how's it going to look in the edit? And that every single time that happens, it takes you out of the photo shoot.
Yeah, because like when you're going through the vlog, you're like thinking, oh, maybe I should say maybe I should say this because this will help impact the vlog or this will be something good to document. And you're like, oh, maybe this B-roll shot will look nice because you're just constantly being reminded of doing other things apart from the photography itself. So that definitely will take it out of you in terms of the flow state, at least, I think.
Yeah, 100%. But then it's like, we've built it up so that YouTube's like what is our job. Like that's our primary source of income. So then it feels like, oh, if I'm not making YouTube videos, then I'm like, I can't just do photography because then how am I going to, live? How am I going to pay for shit? So maybe we need to, like I was saying, figure out other ways to make money so that
it becomes fun again. Yeah, it becomes a hobby. It doesn't feel like
all
a
the
hobby.
pressure's not on actually making a video.
Down.
Maybe that might help. I don't know. It's if anyone's watching and has any ideas, let us know because I know me and Mike specifically are very sort of stuck in terms of we want to do more photography. There's just like a patch where we're just a bit confused as to what we want to do with our job. So if you have any tips,
give us a tip.
Give tip.
I feel like all of our YouTube content and our podcasts it's not necessarily like advice giving in that sense. It's more just like we're just documenting our life, which is pretty cool as well, which I really like. We're documenting like our creative / now business life of what thoughts come through our minds and the difficult parts of it, the fun parts of it. It's just like there's a whole bunch of shit on our lives that we've documented that are on the internet now, which is so cool to think about. But yeah, it's just like one of those times where it's just like, I guess, end of the year as well, and coming back from a big trip, and
that definitely
just feeling uncertain about your workspace or industry,
about your career in general. Right?
Which is pretty normal thing for 23, 24-year-old people to have, I guess. I hope. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sometimes I look at old people, I'm like, mate, you guys just have it figured out.
How the fuck did you live that long?
How'd you live that long? But also, you're just chilling.
Yeah,
they're just chilling. Dude, old people, they're just chilling.
Yeah, like, they are. They don't give a fuck.
I want to just be I don't want to just be chilling, but like, they seem like they know what they want to do. And it's a nice feeling to know that they know that. But I'm like sitting here like, fuck, I've got this YouTube channel and like, I want to be a photographer, but then I got to do YouTube videos. What the fuck am I doing? Go to Japan.
Liam and I booked a trip to Japan.
That's how you fix every problem in your life.
It probably will fix everything.
BandAid, put a BandAid over your problem. Oh, what was that meme you said the other day? Like about like podcasts or something.
Oh yeah, it's like I saw this like Twitter post or whatever. It was like this girl was like, "Why do guys start podcasts instead of going to therapy?"
Oh yeah.
But then I saw the best comment back to that post.
Comeback or something.
Yeah, the best comeback I've ever seen. It was like, why do girls start OnlyFans instead of getting a real job?
That is fucking brutal. But it's also, true. Yeah. No, I'm not going to therapy. Start a podcast. No, it is good to go to therapy. I've done a couple of sessions with a psychologist. But also this is good.
This is just chatting to the boys and just talking shit. Yeah. This is just like current thoughts and opinions we've already been talking about. Yeah. And I'm sure other people are going through shit as well. So
it's just been documented. That's all, really.
Yeah, exactly. If you're a human and you're watching this, you're going through something in your life. It's just, there's no way you're something. Not. It's probably, the severity of it will change, but everyone's going through something.
You're always going to have to try and figure something out. But that's what the beauty of life is that like you're always going to have problems to solve. You want problems to solve. Like this is why it's actually, I do feel like in a creative rut, I'm not sure what's happening with YouTube and the whole social media space, creative industry, my career. I want to be more of a photographer, but I don't feel like I am. Like these are all problems I want to solve and I will solve because that's my mission. That's my current mission, is to like figure out how I'm going to get over this big speed bump. And I'm looking forward to it. Like just slowly going down,
the clarity road.
Yeah, the clarity road, just figuring it out. Like,
because there will be a point where it feels more clear.
Yeah.
Because we were at that point, but then obviously stuff changes and then it's like super confusing. But it will get back to a point where it's like very clear, or at least a bit more clear, but it's like, how the fuck did you get there? And we're going to document it all on this potty, which is good.
Yeah, fucking
Looking forward to it. I'm sure you guys will be able to get through it. Yeah, because like I have been feeling it as well.
Yeah.
Just in general, it's just I do think just the whole traveling thing in COVID just adds up, because it just makes your life so fucking uncertain. You're just like, what the fuck is actually going on? Like I was thinking about this the other night as well. I was like, I have never been happier, but I've never been more confused in my life.
Like right now.
And right now, I'm glad I did the trip. I'm glad I'm doing photography. I've made a few YouTube videos. I'm having fun. I've graduated. I've done a lot of shit. I have a lot of great friends with me. Like I've probably been the happiest I've ever been, but the most confused I've ever been with my life.
Like where the fuck do I do?
Yeah, what are you planning on doing?
Yeah. Like what I do with my life now. And I'm like, fuck. Well,
there's no rule book.
Yeah, there is no rule book for anything. So
you've seen Rick and Morty, like where Rick plays as Roy, and he takes Roy off the grid, and everyone's like, he's going off the grid.
Oh yeah.
That could be you.
Just going off the grid.
He's going off the grid.
I just
we just don't hear from you for like 10 years.
Yeah.
You just come back like massive beard, like everything. You'd be like, I know everything.
Yeah. I just float down from Mount Everest. That's where I've been residing this whole time. Just become a monk, Mount Everest.
Shaved head, but you still rock a mullet. Rock a mini mullet. Tiny mini mullet.
One strand of hair.
I mean, there is that Asian like hairstyle where it's like you're completely bald and you just have like the one ponytail.
Yeah, Asian mullet.
If someone has that haircut, you don't want to fuck with them.
Yeah, legit.
Oh yeah,
They take you down with one toe.
Oh my God.
Mate, they'll fucking levitate. You'll just cease to exist.
Yeah,
That's what happens.
you just
You go to
incinerate.
say something, you're like, and then you just incineration.
You're like, hello.
Yeah.
You just burn immediately.
Fuck's sake.
Oh my God.
No, it's a good podcast. Trust me, it's a good podcast.
Trust me, we'll be number one day.
Number one
Hey,
podcast.
technically, if we outlive all our competitors, then we will be number. Actually, no, because then there'll be other people. Fuck.
Yeah, there'll be other competitors.
Yeah, I don't think it works like that.
No.
What do you reckon
That's
podcasting
okay.
is going to look like in a few years? Like
Fuck.
with all this AI shit and VR shit and TikTok will probably take over everything as well.
I was actually speaking
AI podcast?
Yeah.
I don't know what a podcast would look like, but my osteo today, he raised a good point. It's quite interesting. He said once AI, like I don't know how many years this will take, but once it gets to a point where, I just whacked the
Yeah.
table. Once it gets to a point where it can do jobs that are like mundane, like cleaning the toilets and all this stuff and managing a building, literally all those sort of boring jobs.
Yeah.
Once AI and robots can take over all of that, it will enable humanity to explore more creative stuff that robots can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
How interesting is that?
Things that need more of a human touch and human element. Yeah.
How interesting is that? So I'm interested for that period of time, which I don't know when that's going to be, but like imagine how many people won't have to work these hard laborious jobs because AI robots will be doing them.
Mm.
It's true.
Yeah,
it
that's
is
pretty epic.
interesting. That is, I don't know. I think about that as well sometimes. Like, the current decade we're living through. Like, we're not in the 90s anymore. We're not in the early 2000s. We're not in the 2010s. Like, this is the 20s.
Mm.
And in 100 years from now, they'll refer to this part of our life as the 20s.
Yeah.
Like, as in, like,
Yeah,
as
the
much as we
2020s.
refer to the 1920s,
20s
they'll
as
refer to
the-
this as back in the 20s.
back in the
Yeah, yeah.
2020s, yeah.
Yeah.
Legit. So that's the current decade we're in, and we're very much in an insane technological growth period. Like, you know, it's crazy how much, you know, everyone's just like woke as fuck now. Everyone's got to know everything. All
With
the
fat
There's
quotation
so
marks
much information
as well.
out there.
yeah, legit.
Yeah,
It's just an
woke. What
overload.
the fuck does that even mean? What does
Yeah.
woke? I don't actually know what it means. Does it mean like
I think it's to be quote unquote progressive. So
all fucked?
Yeah,
I mean-
well, just fuck off, cunt.
Just fuck off. Don't worry about your fucking stupid TikTok political correctness, mate. Just go have a fucking beer with your friends.
Yeah, legit. Just go out and have fun.
Have
like, so
fun.
What happened
Go-
to you the other day, actually? Can you please repeat what happened to you? You were taking street
Oh, I was
photos.
taking.
Oh, yeah,
fuck
yeah.
me,
Please
man.
repeat it, man.
All right, so quick lesson on street photography laws in Australia. It is completely legal to take photos in a public space of anyone in that public space. If you're taking, like, obviously you can't go right up to someone's face and, like, you know, piss them off. But
Yeah.
I mean, you probably could. But the point is, you can
Common
take photos legally in a public space, and you can also take. Technically, I wasn't doing this, but you can take photos of people in a private spot if you are standing in public property.
Right.
So I was taking photos, just doing some street photography on a morning walk with Bella, my dog, and I was sort of just like Limon dropped something. What?
No
Sorry,
way.
So I was taking photos, and I was stepping on the lead because I was like sort of kneeling down. I had my eye through the viewfinder. You know when you're waiting for a shot.
Yeah.
And like this, it took me 30 seconds. So I was like literally in the viewfinder, just like looking there. I didn't know my surroundings or anything. And I take my camera down, I took the shot, and then I like go to get up, and there's this guy like standing probably less than a meter away from me. And I was like, oh,
Just
oops.
overshadowing.
Yeah.
you,
And I like go to like, because I thought he was waiting for the lights to cross. And I was like, oh, sorry, man. And then he's like, no, what are you doing? He's like some French guy. I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? What am I doing? I'm taking photos. He's like, you're not allowed to do this. I'm like, what do you mean? It's legal. He's like, no, you have to show me your photos. I'm like, bro. And he was like he was half a meter away from me. This is the biggest thing. He was like in my personal space.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
take a step back and he follows me back. I'm like, bro, just stay right there. What is the problem?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you have to delete the photos. You're not allowed to do that. Take photos of people in the private place.
What the fuck?
So I'm like, bro, okay, I'm staying here. I'm going to walk this way. You stay here. And none of this is going to matter. And I walk away from him. And then I'm like, fuck this guy. Like, what a tosser.
Yeah. What the
Like,
fuck would he get in your face?
You clearly don't know the street photography rules. I wasn't even taking photos of you.
Yeah.
I was taking photos of the street and he's trying to come at me in my personal space. So I'm like, whatever. I'm going to let that guy ruin my day. And then as I'm walking across the road, I look back after like 20 seconds and I see he's like following me. So I like turn back to him. I'm like, what? Like, what's up? Like, you're good, bro?
Yeah.
I'm like, are you like trying to start something? Like what's going on? I was so confused. I was like, what is this guy doing? And then he was like, oh no, relax, man, relax. Like, just chill. I'm like, oh, you're a tosser, mate. Just go away.
Yeah.
And then he just kept walking. I'm like, man, you know what? That happens in life. Like, you'll be going along doing your street photography for, like we said, we were doing photography for like 10 months a year in Europe. We didn't get anyone complaining. I come back and some guy who's not even from Australia tries to tell me the rules about where I live. I'm like, bro, just come on.
That is fucking bullshit. Yeah.
But that just happens in life. You just get that shit. People will just come up to you and try and ruin your day, but you just got to take a deep breath and fucking keep walking.
The gym, man. What's that quote? It's like if you're given like $86,000 a day and someone took $10, would you like spend the rest of your day trying to hunt them down? It's the same for like, you have 86,000 seconds or some shit like that in a day. So if someone's going to waste 10 seconds of your time, like don't let it ruin your day. Just
exactly.
Like, keep moving on.
Yeah. It's not worth it.
No, it's really not. But that is annoying. Like, we definitely get the odd interaction here and there being a photographer. And people do like to, give us their whole,
fucking lecture.
Yeah, we just get a lot of lectures and stuff. And it just goes back to just people thinking that, they're quote unquote woke and they know all their shit. And it's just like relax, man.
Like, I'm just taking some photos. I'm not bashing someone. I'm not. I'm doing photography. Just relax, bro.
I'm taking photos.
I'm capturing life. Just chill. Just go have a fucking.
Does my head in.
Go for a walk. Clear your head, bro.
Yeah, but like, what kind of headspace do you have to be in to be like that as a person? To go out of your way and spend your energy telling someone off about something that they're doing that's completely legal as well.
No idea.
You honestly got to feel sorry for the dude at that point.
Oh,
it's like something
ain't right.
Something ain't right.
The funniest part about this is that dude did that to you, right? He did not know he was about to get roasted on a Storytime podcast.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I hope he's listening.
Yeah.
So careful if you come across Lee, mate. Careful because you might get roasted on Between the Frames podcast.
I might roast you. Oh, actually, I saw a guy
Speaking
came
of
up.
Roasting.
Oh no, not even speaking of roasting. Like just speaking of meeting people in public. I was taking for Bella on a walk this morning.
Yep.
And the guy who follows me came up to me like, hey, whatever, to get a photo.
Sick.
And I was like speaking to him a bit. I'm like, where are you from? And he's like, oh, I'm from the Netherlands. I'm like, oh, sick.
No way.
He's like, I was telling him about obviously Netherlands. He was telling me about like some cool photo locations. And then at the end, I was like, because we learned a bit of Dutch, obviously. I was like, doei doei, which means goodbye. And then he's like, wait, oh, what?
Yeah.
He's like, how do you know that? And then, but by that point, we'd already like walked like 20 meters away. So he just walked off in confusion. It was the funniest thing.
That's so good.
Oh, that's fucking so good, man.
Yeah. So, no, it was funny. I was like, yes, I said the Dutch word.
Confuse the Dutch man.
Yeah.
And then I'm back there like taking photos of him. That's my new videos.
Yeah.
Taking photos
That's your
of
POV.
confused foreign people.
Yeah.
That's your new POV idea.
Anyway, Limon, adjudicator.
Help us.
Yeah.
Next
topic.
topic.
Is adjudicator, but fucking I'll try my best. But yeah, because like speaking about like the whole, just going back to the whole uncertainty of YouTube, like what do you reckon will be the next step for you guys? Because I remember I was speaking to Mike last night.
Yeah.
And you were telling me how you want to like maybe do more exhibitions or lectures.
Yeah, I would love to go into teaching more, I think. Like, I know Liam actually got approached by a school when we were in the Netherlands and you taught a lesson there and then you invited me for the second one and we taught a group of like film and photography students, which was just a really great experience. And you felt like you have like pupils and students that you get to speak to, and they look up to you, and you can share like all your information and everything that you've learned, and you can really see it just like go to someone immediately. Like not that there's not that isn't happening on YouTube, but there's just such a difference. Like when we taught at that school, or when we do a photo walk or a workshop, like I really enjoy speaking to people in person and like really seeing that information, or like seeing other people really inspired to do what we do, and really see them take on like knowledge and stuff and use that. I think that that's something I would like to go into a bit more like next year.
Yeah, that's fair, because I feel like you're actually there in person with them, so you get to see their reaction live, and they get to ask you questions, and you can bounce back and forth.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more intimate in a sense.
It's just like human connection.
Yeah,
exactly.
Instead of just being a YouTube video, just being shoved in someone's face.
Yeah.
Like instead, you're actually just like communicating with another person, and like just sharing your knowledge as well.
Yeah, and they can ask questions, and you can like give them the answers right then and there, and then you can go and see them apply it, and come back next week with like dope photos.
Yeah, I would.
I remember I told one of the students, I was like, she's like, "What lens should I buy?" I'm like, "Buy a Sigma 35mm." And I can't remember, she had an A7 III, but then she bought the Sigma 35, and then for the next class, she was literally taking bangers. Like
I remember.
Portraits. I was like, that is amazing. Like to see someone go from like, beginner photographer to like still a beginner, but getting these amazing photos. I was like, it's so cool.
She really had, I guess that's something we can talk about as well, is like having the photographic eye, because not everyone, you have to really train that part of your brain to really see, like, to see the image, to see the composition, and to be able to capture that with the right lens is difficult. You know what I mean?
Yeah, knowing what lens to use, like how to set up the lighting and the framing, and if you have a model, how to set up the model as well. It definitely is like a challenge, but it is cool.
Especially with like if you approach new styles of photography. It's like, you might be good at street photography, but then someone gives you a car and says shoot it, you're like, fuck, I have no idea.
Yeah, it's so diverse as well, isn't it?
Every genre of photography, you sort of need a different photographic eye for.
Yeah, that's true.
Like obviously some things like rule of thirds, symmetry, that all sort of goes over all styles of photography. But when you want to really niche it down to each subgenre, you really have to just have experience with it. Otherwise you don't know what looks good.
That's right.
And then there's those photos out there with like absolutely no consideration to the composition, but they're just fucking sick. You're just like,
no.
Why? How?
Yeah. Like certain moods, feelings.
I feel,
editing styles, really, definitely. Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those things where like it's great to learn the basics, but once you know it and master it, you can then try your best to learn how to break them.
Just chuck it in the bin.
Just throw them in the bin and like use it in a way that's like very different.
Yeah.
Be very creative with it. I think that's what separates a lot of photographers as well.
100%. Like you see these photos and it's like, I don't know, just rare, like there'll be a part overexposed, like especially in film photography. It's done a lot. Like it won't even be that sharp in focus. There'll be like a flash going off, but like, and the subject will be in like some weird part of the image, but it just looks good. Like they'll even be like cut off, and it's just like there's like emotion in that image.
Yeah.
And then you compare that to like a Sony file image that's perfectly composed in the middle. It's like, that's like sterile. It's got no character to it.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Yeah. Learn all the rules, and then just once you know them, chuck them in the bin.
Legit. Like I think that was something I learned traveling Europe as well, because we didn't have that much cityscape that what we like to shoot, and what's easy for what we find easy to shoot is like night, city, rain. Like that's just like bread and butter for us. We know what compositions are going to work. We know how to use those conditions to our, best photographic knowledge or whatever. But being in Europe, I didn't have those like crazy bright city lights everywhere. Like, it was just different, and I had to really change it up a lot. And what I learned is like, you just have to, it's European style of photography really has more character to it, because a lot of the photographers there really use their surroundings for the picture. Like it's all about your location. It's all about how you style your model or what car you pick or what color it is or what sort of conditions are on the day with the location. Like there's a lot more thought process that went into like the photos I saw, like just lying around on magazines or speaking and meeting other photographers there. Like it seemed like a lot of the people that I met just, I don't know, there's a lot more character and thought put into the imagery rather than over here.
Yeah, because I think another thing as well, like I remember like the comment that we made ages ago when we went to Japan, right, to go take photos. It's like setting the difficulty mode of photography to easy because literally anywhere you point the lens, your photo is going to look fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And like you only really need to consider basic ideas of composition in Japan, and Japan will do the rest for you.
Yeah.
That's the thing with that
That's why
place. Like it's so, that's why you're going back.
You're going to start again.
Not only are we going to Japan, we're going to Japan in the snow.
Yeah. And then Hong Kong. That's going to be fucking
Hong Kong will be dope as well.
Oh, yeah. I look on Google Maps today. I was like, yeah.
Like the thing is, this is what my thoughts are, going back to what we were saying, like I'm so keen to go to Japan, but then I'm also like, I want to do the photo side of it and I really want to do that. I want to be in Japan like, fuck, I've got to make a YouTube video and then that takes away from the photos. So it's like this catch-22. I'm like, what do I actually fucking do?
Yeah.
Because I could make a YouTube video and like I could do all that, but is that actually what I want to do? I don't know.
Dude, me personally, I'm going to POV it, chuck it on, and I'll vlog if I feel like it's necessary, but I'm going to just go balls to the wall with my photography and just see where it goes. And I'm also going to try and pack a bit lighter and not bring every lens under the sun, because that's what I found really put me at a detriment, was having too much lens selection.
Yeah.
Having too many lenses to choose from. Dude, I remember we went to Chicago. All I had with me was a 16-35 and an 85mm and our drone. That's all I had. And it was just we're just shooting bangers. Like you need something wide, chuck a 16 on. You want to shoot straight, you put the 85 on. And then anything else that you can't physically get to, drone up.
Yeah.
And that was just such a mint setup. And we were just running and gunning with that. And that was so mint.
Yeah. I reckon I'll do the same. And also, me and Mike I can't remember if we've talked about this on the other podcasts, probably have, but like you put all this time in and effort into like a YouTube video with a storyline and all this sort of stuff. And you just, in your peripheral vision, after you click upload, you just see this like dark object and then you see it come and it's a fucking big hand and it slaps you in the fucking face. And you're like, what the fuck was that? And then you check your views like a couple of days later, you're like, this video bombed. And then you go into a POV, which is just a chest mount of you just enjoying yourself taking photos, which is what I love doing. Yeah. Like I love the POVs the most because I'm actually taking photos.
Yeah. And it's raw emotion.
And it just goes so well. And then I'm questioning, why do I even fucking make these storyline videos that I don't really enjoy, but I love the POVs? Why don't I just do more of that?
And focus more time on making great POVs with great audio, great visuals, great effects even, like, and just really making those videos a real experience to watch. You know what I mean? Like 100%, bro. That's what I'm keen to do. Like that's what's fun as well. I love making the POVs. I've really enjoyed, like, you boys have seen me play around with different setups, and now I'm on the iPhones and changing to Osmos. I'd love to get another like Osmo to create a different perspective again as well. Like I'd love to play with that sort of stuff because it is the most fun to film, I find, and to watch back. And I watch a lot of POV stuff as well. I watch a lot of POV driving, POV drifting, and other POV photography as well. I don't really watch much else on YouTube, actually.
Really?
Come to think of it,
yeah.
Apart from the odd random clip or whatever that I find funny or like that. Like, yeah, or like to actually watch a how-to video.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
what I actually watch and chill with, I don't know, it's a lot of like POV driving stuff, to be honest. And
It'd be nice if we had like a mentor in the YouTube space.
Yeah.
Who could be like, look, let's try and help you find out what videos you're really going to enjoy making. Not going to be easy, but just that you enjoy making, like that, and that your audience will also enjoy.
Yeah.
That would be nice, but it's like, where the fuck do you find that? Because YouTube's still such a new job in the grand scheme of jobs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's hard to like have the only mentors out there are the people like Mighty Car Mods, for example, or like Smosh, Or like, you know what I mean? Like they're only
Even
like a
still,
few
they'll
years.
fucking fall into the ground.
Yeah,
It's just
legit.
like,
Well,
obviously, I'm not going to go into the politics of.
How are they even going to know?
No, exactly, because
don't.
they're so
They actually
out of
don't.
it. But that's what it's also changing, ever changing. Like YouTube is going to be a completely different platform in like a year or two from now. You know what I mean?
definitely,
Like, dude, 2019, YouTube was like going so strong, and then all of a sudden Shorts came out. Like, how could you possibly plan for that? Like, you can't. Who knows where the app's going to be in a few years? Like, yeah, it's very interesting. One of our friends texted me the other day as well, and he said, your job must get interesting because you always have to be creative in your field. Like, so it must always get like, it must be interesting to always have to try and be creative.
Yeah.
Let alone.
It must be constantly changing and stuff.
Of course. And then rather than working in a traditional job, like just being, maybe you work in retail or, you're a salesman somewhere.
office
job or whatever it may be. Like that job can be very monotonous and it can repeat itself and it's just day in, day out. But as a creative, it's like always striving to find the creative and fun side of it while still trying to be hardworking, which is, the mic drop.
Mic drop.
No, basically this whole podcast, what we've been speaking about and what currently we're all facing is a very real problem for a creative. And how do you get out of that box when you feel like you're, pretty far deep trapped in it?
Yeah.
And I think it's just coming down to simple things like cutting it, like trying to strip it back to basics where you can, whatever like you can do. And really just trying to do a fat zoom out, which is what I'm trying to do at the moment. And really just try and just do things that you really enjoy and what you really find fun, even if it means not making a video for a week. And just like trying to strip it back for a bit.
Yeah, but
So I'm
also
looking
just
forward to
finding the
trying.
balance to everything as well. Because like one thing I've learned is like you just can't be working 24/7 to grow a YouTube channel or grow anything.
Really?
Really? Question mark? No, it's just
Why not? No.
because you burn yourself out. Yeah. But even still, like I think at the moment it's just I think it's also because like it is towards the end of the year. We've done a fat trip. We're all just dead. And there's so many social events going on as well with a whole bunch of friends. They all want to catch up and stuff. It's just, it gets a bit much. Like you're just like, I feel pretty overwhelmed. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It is very, very overwhelming because you're trying to think of, okay, what do I need to do for my career? But then also there's people that want to catch up as well and people that you want to spend time with. And sometimes it gets a bit difficult balancing that as well. And just got to, I don't know, figure that out.
Yeah, it's definitely something you have to navigate, like in terms of adding balance. Like, it's funny because I had a weird thought today. I was like, imagine if like you sort of kept track of how much you work and you try and genuinely offset everything so it's balanced. I know it's probably unmanageable, but like let's say you like, all right, I'm going to work for an hour and then I'm going to fucking, I don't know, go-karting for an hour. And then like you literally try and balance it. And then, exercise for an hour. Now I'm going to rest for an hour. Like,
Okay, interesting.
It was just like a thought that popped into my head. Obviously that would be like some
It'd be unbalanced
demonic,
as fuck.
like
routine.
demonic routine.
Yeah.
But like, you really do need balance because, and I've noticed that as well, even like through like having just like a social group. Like it's so important to have friends who you can do other things with that are outside of your job.
Yeah.
Because it just comes back to balance. Otherwise, because we're all friends, but we all do YouTube together.
Yeah, we all do it together. Exactly.
Whenever we're outside of YouTube, we just talk about it, which is just sort of burns you out because you don't actually talk about anything else.
But YouTube.
Like, that's why it was nice to like the other day we went to Rufus. Like we saw a music festival. Like so good to just not fucking talk about creative shit.
Yeah, you couldn't. You're at a festival.
Yeah. Legit.
Dude, I think it's fair enough that we're all feeling like this, and it's almost sort of obvious as to why, is that we traveled for so long and it's just going to take time to like rejig yourself to everything. Like, man, we were all of us here were away for the majority of this year. You know what I mean? Like we've been away for a long time. We saw a lot of shit. We took a lot of photos. Like, I don't know. Yeah. It was just like work. And then come home, boom. Now what? Like sort of thing. I don't know. And then, like coming out of COVID as well, and
Yeah,
then just doing that
exactly.
big trip and everything. It's like, it's fair enough that you feel just like completely out of whack, and it probably will take like some months into the new year to actually feel like the world's going again.
Yeah. Because I
For
feel
us
like
anyway.
we're living in a fucking simulation at the moment.
Legit, like our lockdown was so fucking severe that it's just like, it's so crazy that just someone could just snap their fingers and then it's like, nah, lockdown, can't do anything.
Yeah.
And that's
government time.
it. Government. The government did a government.
Yeah, government be governmenting.
Gav.
Yeah. But it's just like if you really think about it, like put into perspective, like the last time I'd say we all felt a bit more stable in our lives was the end of 2019, right? like think about it. 'Cause that was before COVID.
Don't say that year.
2019. That was a fucking good year.
Yeah.
This is real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think like it's been so long since that's happened, and like all this shit has happened with COVID and traveling, and like I've had uni as well, and I've graduated as well. So it's just like, boom, now what the fuck do you do? It's just
I think
it's just part of life in general.
Oh,
I guess.
100%. And I honestly believe that we will come out of this rut, and the hardest moments to deal with, like, especially like confusion wise, like we're all very confused. We're all very sitting all over the place. That's what's going to make it so good, like coming through this period and then back on the uprise into next year and just, I don't know,
we'll
learning
figure it
more,
out.
maturing more, figuring more shit out. Like,
It's
you're
good that
going to
we're
come on the uprise. It's going to be fine.
But the thing is, like, I'm really proud of all of us because we're not just like sort of sitting around and like, oh, I'm confused, I don't know what to do. Like, we're actively trying. Like, I think it's so important if you're like confused or lost, just try and at least one day, every day, implement one new thing that will try and get you in the right direction. And like, even the fact that we're doing this podcast, I think is a great step in the right direction.
Definitely.
Like little things every day, like whether it's, okay, I want to start eating healthier or just little
Absolutely.
things.
Yep.
Like it's really good that we're all doing that because it means we will sort of move in that right direction. Even if we're not going to get there, you know, tomorrow or next week or even next year, it's just,
you're just
process.
trying to,
It's all the small
You're
steps.
just trying to problem solve.
you try.
You're just fucking trying. Like, look, he's trying.
Yeah.
Everyone laugh at him.
Everyone laugh at him.
Everyone make fun of him. Yeah.
You started a YouTube channel?
Look at him. He's trying to do something.
He's trying to do something with his life. Make fun of him. Oh, what a fucking idiot.
What a fucking stupid fucking dog.
But that is true though. Like, yeah, you got to try and break your bad. Well, first of all, assess your bad habits. What is it in your life that you think is, you know, giving you any sort of detriment, and just try and break them. Might not be like overnight that it'll work, but like you need to try and set yourself up for routine and better habits to help progress you.
Yeah. I mean, you've literally bought a fucking old phone.
Should I talk about what I did?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I got rid of I didn't get rid of it, just sitting at home, but I bought an old like flip phone, and which I can just like call and text. So I got no Google Maps, I got no FaceTime, I got no Instagram, I got no Facebook, I got no YouTube, I got no Google Chrome, I got no nothing. I don't even have a torch. I can't go, hey Siri, no one will fucking respond. You know, like it's just an
a basic
old
phone.
basic shitty $100 €60 flip phone. And I'm loving it. Like this is my second or third day now, and yeah, I already feel like a weight has alleviated off my body after not having a smartphone on me, because I personally felt like I was always on my phone. I was using just any free time. Like if I went and ordered a coffee and would wait there for 2 minutes, and I'd be on my phone. If I, was to wait at the train station, I couldn't wait 4 minutes and just look at something on my phone. If I'm, I don't know, just like I was taking a piss once and I got my phone out. I'm like, this is bad. This is really fucking bad. Like I'm on my phone. I won't even look at my own dick. I would rather look at my phone.
I don't even know where my piss is going.
Yeah.
Dude,
I was pissing on the person next to me. And,
Yeah.
I've
So I
done
was
that
like,
as well.
Oh, what
Yeah.
the fuck is
Not
piss
good.
on the ground?
That is not good. That is not how human life was intended to be. We're not supposed to be looking at our phones while we're pissing people. Like, come on.
Even
It's not
shitting.
good.
Like it's so easy to grab
Yeah,
your
yeah,
phone.
it
and
is so
I
scroll.
don't bring the toilet. I don't bring
You don't bring the toilet.
Mate,
I don't bring
it
the
is-
toilet into my phone.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
I don't bring my phone
Limon has
into the
boundaries, people. I did not. Now I got a fat boundary. I bought a flip phone. That's how big
That's
my
good.
boundary
That's very
is.
good
But
boundaries.
I'm loving it, man. Set my ringtone
That's
up on it. It's fun. Like, I like it. And dude, like, I should feel embarrassed whipping out this like old flip phone in public, but I don't. It's just like, I don't know. It feels something so funny about the world being so digital and so technologically advanced, and pulling out this old flip phone. It's like, those still work? It's like, yeah, man, they never broke.
People still make them?
Dude, I think you'll find 90% of people would actually be like, deep down, people wish that they didn't have a phone because it causes so much anxiety. Like all
That's how I
those
was feeling, man.
notifications.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think deep down, everyone wishes that they could just completely disconnect, but it's so fucking hard.
Yeah.
You can come up with millions of excuses as to why. Oh, it's safety. I need this, need that. Uber, fucking what? Like, there's endless excuses. So yeah, the fact that you've done it's fucking sick.
Well, what I think about is our old mate CK Creative, dude. That like Chris, I'm sorry, man, but I don't know how the fuck he got through Europe. Like, he was a refugee at some point through Europe. You know, like, just Chris always finds a way. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a page out of Chris's book. I'm going to go onto the flip phone. Yes, okay, I might struggle. Like, I've got another meeting after this. I don't know. I don't actually know how I'm going to get there. That's what I'm going to have to figure out. You know, it's like, but you just find a way. Like, you can figure it out. You can use your brain and figure it out. But we rely so much on phones nowadays. It's not good. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I feel more present more than anything. Like, I feel less anxious. I feel more present. I feel like I'm here. I feel like I'm better with my thoughts. I'm not always trying to do something. I can actually just sit and think and do. And I've been really enjoying it so far. So
that's good.
I'm going to try it. Like, there's only a few more days or like a week and a bit to the end of the year. So I'm just going to try it to the end of the year. Eventually I'll have to obviously come back to the smartphone at some point and just to use it for certain things. Or even put a second SIM card in it. But yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I reckon if you're really enjoying having the flip phone, it's like have two. Have the smartphone for
business,
like maps and like obviously like posting to Instagram or
Yep.
like really necessity things. Like no bullshit. Don't try to justify it. Like actually, what the fuck do I need this phone for?
Yeah.
Like actually, what do I need it for?
Yeah.
And have it for that.
Yep.
And if you can get used to using this flip phone and then having that as your necessity, I think that would be so good. So much better for your
So I'm
life.
going to try. Yeah, I reckon, man.
Yeah.
So
It'll definitely cut down on screen time, I reckon.
legit. And yeah, I would recommend giving it a go. But yeah, I do get that like there's going to be a lot of excuses from a lot of people. And I was making a lot of excuses, but then I just decided just to do it and see how hard it would be. I love a challenge and I love to problem solve. So there you go. I'm on a flip phone now. And life's great. Enjoy me.
Yeah, but yeah, it's good. And I feel like a lot of people do that as well. Like, I'm pretty sure this was a long time ago on YouTube. I was watching a video like, you know, the singer Ed Sheeran, he doesn't have emails and he doesn't have a phone. And
Really?
yeah. And that's just how he's been living. Like, he doesn't have any of those devices and he just has a manager that he just talks to and that's about it.
Wait, you said he doesn't have a phone?
I'm pretty sure it's like probably just for like a flip phone. Sorry,
Yeah.
not a smartphone. Should have clarified that. He doesn't have a smartphone. I believe he just has a flip phone for calls and texts, and he just speaks to his manager in that sense, and just that's how he books everything.
Bro, it's so drug dealer. Like, I cannot stress enough how much of a drug dealer I feel like. Today I was on my electric scooter, which is like 100% drug dealers are using those now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I got my little satchel on because I just like needed to carry a lot of shit, and I have my flip phone. And I'm like, I look to fit the description.
Yeah.
With my beard and everything, my hoodie on, riding this fucking thing around, so fit the description for a drug dealer.
Yeah, you just search up
Ed
drug
Sheeran,
dealer
are you a
on
drug
the
dealer?
fucking
Can you confirm?
dictionary.
Between the Frames podcast.
Yeah,
right
do you reckon Ed Sheeran listens to this potty? Dude, actually, funnily enough, I reckon some famous people have watched our videos. What do you reckon?
I reckon, yeah.
Like, not that's like, oh wow, but it's like it's interesting because why 50 Cent? He might be interested in photography and be chilling and like, I want to watch some YouTube videos about photography.
He could.
That's the
YouTube
thing.
can be open to anyone.
Well, I remember. Did you? Because like you were watching this one guy, this YouTuber, right? and then you contact him about something, and it turns out he was actually
Oh, yeah.
watching your videos the whole time.
I contacted a YouTuber about YouTube coaching. Turns out it didn't work out, but I was like he's a big YouTuber who I watched a lot, and then he's like, so he gets back to me. He's like, hey bro, I bought your presets like a year ago. I love them. I'm actually a fan of you. How can we work together or something? It's funny as. So yeah, you never know.
That's good.
Who's looking at your fucking.
I know. Didn't you get
videos.
approached by a soccer player at some point as well?
Yeah, I have a couple of different, like a rugby player, the soccer player.
Yeah. That said that they love your stuff and they like, because they bring their camera when they travel or something.
Yeah, I think it was the basketballer, professional basketballer.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just interesting. It's just interesting to know who watches this.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
It's cool.
Hello.
That's good. Well,
G'day, Cobb.
yeah, I reckon that's probably the end of the podcast. It's a good 50 minutes of just shit talking.
That's good therapy session, guys.
Good therapy session, everyone. Hope we'll feel
Between the frames
alleviated.
therapy.
Everyone, deep breath in
and out.
Wow. No, it was a good party. That went like that.
Yeah, it was good. It's
It's
just
fucking
chill.
hot in here though.
It is quite hot in here.
Let's go get some food.
It's finally summertime in Melbourne.
Yes.
So yes, if you like this podcast, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do that sort of stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, we're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Give us 5-star
If you're
ratings on that.
fucking listening on
don't even
iHeartRadio,
Start on iHeartRadio.
Mate, if you're listening on iHeartRadio, just
you are costing us money.
Yeah,
Fucking
just
waste of
leave,
oxygen.
Please, just
it's like my favorite part of the podcast. just roasting a platform that isn't like one of the normal ones.
yeah.
No,
Just
but yeah.
fucking
You're not
throw
normal.
your phone in the bin. Get
I'm
a
like
flip phone
yelling
stand.
at someone listening on iHeartRadio, but then I own a flip phone in 2022.
Yeah. No, but still,
Yeah.
if you listen to iHeartRadio, just please don't.
Yeah.
Just please fuck off.
Yeah, just, I don't know, jump on Spotify,
Westgate.
please. At least like get, yeah. So yeah, fuck,
Gets up on the
you just get fucking annoyed when you think about iHeartRadio. Because who honestly listens to it?
I don't know.
I've
Like,
never met anyone in the history of human history.
Because you just hear that it just exists, but
Like for who?
like who actually uses it? Anyway, off topic.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, all
Do
the
all
good
that sort
stuff.
of shit.
Thank you for listening.
5
If
stars.
you
or
listened.
fucking-
It really helps us.
Yes.
If you're still
And,
listening
yeah.
at this point, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry and thank you at the same time. Question mark.
And we'll see you next week. Podcast
Yeah, we'll
Mondays.
catch you
Do we
next
upload
time.
on Monday?
We upload on Fridays.
Friday.
That's true. I should probably say the upload times because I upload on Fridays, roughly 12 p.m.
All right.
So
Sweet.
Beautiful.
Melbourne
Well,
time.
There you go.
There you go.
That's when they're up.
All right.
That's when
bye.
they uploaded. So
Ciao,
every Friday,
ciao.
a new podcast. I should definitely.
Ci vediamo prossimo settimana.
Sayonara. 再见. 再会. Goodbye.
Doi doi.